A new report accuses Google of having more than 100 non-government organizations and government agencies around the world helping to police YouTube, well, for extremist content ranging from so-called hate speech to terrorist recruiting videos. Okay, we get that.
Demanding accountability and defending your rights against the police specifically, and the government generally, are difficult and dangerous tasks. Your right to watch the government and record what you see is a natural right that is protected by the Constitution, and it cannot be taken away by the government.
I'm back from my brief YouTube disappearance. I wasn't trying to abandon you guys, and I appreciate your messages inquiring about my well-being. My arrest back in December and subsequent additional charge of obstruction of a law enforcement officer from a previously recorded incident as requested by the prosecutor in my case, coupled with other influences in my life, have caused me to reevaluate how I'm going about this and what exactly it is I'm doing. I've been doing a lot of reading and soaking up information and opinions. There are a lot of people who seem to understand we don't need a ruling class calling themselves government, writing down their opinions of how life should be lived, and then hiring enforcement gangs to extort money from us for violating those opinions. Don't forget stealing money from the fruits of our hard work as well to pay for it all. In my opinion, there's two issues needing to be addressed here. One being to open people's eyes to the lies we have all been told by the system. The second is helping people to understand what it might look like without government to rule over us. As I've stated before, I believe in a voluntary society. Nothing should be taken from you by force or against your will, backed by the threat of force. That, my friends, is theft. I feel like one of the big steps to help people get beyond this idea that we need even a small amount of non-voluntary interaction in the form of government is to discuss what it might be like to operate in a modern voluntary society. Going forward, the majority of my videos will be highlighting both of these topics in some form or another. One of the ways we're controlled by our masters is censorship. YouTube, for example, uses algorithms, as I'm sure most of you know at this point, to not only recommend the content you see in your feed and searches, but also to keep certain things from being seen by most, if not all, users. One of the latest moves was to make the live option for people wanting to create content unavailable to channels under 1,000 subs. This is in response to the killings at the mosques in New Zealand, where one of the killers streamed his rampage live. Previously, all you had to do to go live was verify your channel with YouTube. Two of my friends and countless others out there filming cops and exposing our government for the organized crime ring it is are affected by this and can now no longer go live, where their footage will be saved automatically and viewable to the public. It takes a lot of work and preparation to put in the time and effort to earn 1,000 subs. Not to mention, this gives YouTube's algorithms lots of time to evaluate new channels and determine how available their live feeds should be to subscribers and other YouTubers wanting to view live content. If you typically publish content that doesn't somehow fit the agendas being pushed, then your channel's feed might not send out notifications, for example. There are some clear and obvious ways around this I'd like to address. One glaringly obvious solution is to get these channels to 1,000 subs. As I mentioned before, Rockman Al and 420RU2 were both affected by this. Since I started getting ready for this video, 420RU2 has been pushed over the edge thanks to the effort of San Joaquin Valley Transparency in getting some of his subs to get it done. This is a perfect example of a voluntary society, people banding together to accomplish a common goal, not through coercion, force, or extortion, but through asking friends to help and having friends volunteer their help. This is just a small example, but it is a great start in understanding how a voluntary society works. Not through having a group of rulers solve some problems, but by free people who are concerned and compassionate, volunteering what they can contribute to a cause they care about to help others. Rockman Al and others still need help getting there. Go check out Rockman Al and another subscriber of mine that has dabbled a little bit in filming his government officials, and his channel is Brad Dream. Links to the channels I've mentioned and all of my sources are listed in the description. Before I move on to the next topic, if you know of or are a channel experiencing this problem because of being under 1,000 subs and can't go live, send me the channel name and I'll do a highlight video of around 5 minutes with the hopes of spreading some knowledge and getting the channel some more subs and over the hump so they have the live option if and when it's needed. The next way to beat this YouTube censorship is to switch to other platforms. I've mentioned my channels on BitChute and Steemit in the past, but I've added a new platform, DLive. This used to be associated with the DTube video service available on the Steem blockchain, but is now a standalone service where creators can earn the cryptocurrency Lino for their content. I highly recommend you start looking into these blockchain-based social media platforms. For example, by creating a Steem account, you can view blogs on Steemit or videos on DTube. And just by doing the same things you already do on Facebook and YouTube, hitting the thumbs up and making comments, you can actually be earning cryptocurrency for your contributions to the content and community rather than solely feeding your digital ledger that is ever growing and defining what content you are fed and making the platform money. Guys, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. Leave me a comment with your thoughts on censorship and other platforms out there allowing free speech in this age of political correctness. Support this channel by subscribing here, but more importantly, consider switching your use to Steemit or BitChute or any of the other platforms I mentioned. You can find links to all platforms where questionable authority content is available in the description. I highly recommend you check out Steemit and get an account and start earning cryptocurrency for what you already enjoy doing. Encourage others to do the same, and let's end this grip YouTube and other social media platforms have on our speech. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit the like button and share it with everyone you know. Find us on Twitter as well as censorship-free platforms like BitChute and Steemit or DTube. Of course, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to smile at someone you don't know every day.